Hi, and welcome to Learn Google Drive. I'm your instructor, Josh Warner. In this video, we're going to go over the course overview and what you're going to be learning throughout the course. In Section 2, we'll talk about the Google account setup. I'll talk about how to set up a Google account, how to download and install the Google Drive app, and how to set up the Google Drive app. In Section 3, we'll talk about the Google Drive menu. So we'll talk about My Drive, Computers, Shared with Me, Recent, Starred, Trash, Backups, and Storage. In Section 4, we'll talk about the Google Drive new menu. We'll talk about Folder, File Upload, Folder Upload, Google Docs, Google Sheets, Google Slides, Google Forms, Google Drawings, Google My Maps, Google Sites, Google Jamboard, and how to connect more Google apps and other apps with Google Drive. In Section 5, we'll talk about the Other Apps menu. We'll cover Google Calendar, Google Keep, and Google Tasks, and how to integrate that with Google Drive. In Section 6, we'll talk about the conclusion and go over the summary of the course. So with that in mind, thanks for watching. I'll see you inside the course. Welcome back to Section 2, and in this video, we're going to talk about how to set up your Google account. So let's go to Google Chrome, and I'm going to go to gmail.com. And I'm going to click on create an account for myself. I'm going to type my name in, so Josh Warner. And let's do, for this example, I'm going to use J Warner 2019. There we go. And let's see if that's available. Type in my password. Okay, I'm going to hit next. Okay, so that's taken. So what I'm going to do is WarnerJosh6 at Gmail. So I'm going to double click on it, right click, and make sure you copy it just so you have it. Make sure you write down your password somewhere. I'm going to hit next. And if you want to view your password, just click right here and that'll show up. Hit next. Okay, you don't have to put a phone number in here. I am going to save this just so I have it. You can put a phone number in there. We'll use your number for account security. It won't be visible to others. Right now, I'm not going to put it in there. You can put a recovery email address in there as well, but that's optional. I'm going to put my birthday in there. Okay, I'm going to date myself here. So, okay, I am a male. I'm going to do next. I'm going to go all the way down here and agree to the privacy and terms. Give it a second here. We're loading a little bit. Okay. Okay, there we go. So now we've set up a Gmail account. So what I'm going to do is hit next. I'm going to set the view so you can go default, comfortable, or compact. I like comfortable, so I'm going to choose that one. Now, what I'm going to show you in here is how to get around to work with Google Drive, okay? So this is not a course about Gmail, but you do need a Gmail account in order to access Google Drive. So you can see right here, we have 0 gigs out of 15 gigs used. So if I click on Manage, it's going to show me I have 0 gigs out of 15. Of 15 used. So you get 15 gigs of storage for free with Google, with Gmail. Now you can upgrade and you can go to 100 gigs for $2 a month, 200 gigs for $3 a month, or you can pay yearly. Okay, and then they have more options. So you could do 2 terabytes for 10.
This is the top result.
All right, so you can do the 2 terabyte monthly plan at $10 a month, a 10 terabyte plan for $100 a month, 20 terabytes and 30 terabytes. Okay. So I'm just showing you that because again, 15 gigs is free. All right. So I'm going to close that tab out. Now to the bread and butter of the fun. If I click over here on these 9 dots, the Google Apps menu, and I go to Google Drive, now we're in the menu that we want to be in. Okay. This is where we want to work through. So you can see safe storage for all your files. You get 15 gigs free for photos, documents, and more. Keep your files safe and accessible. Organize your items easily. Get started. Okay, so take me to Drive. There you go. So now we're in Drive. And so this is the interface that we're going to be working with. So that's how you set up a Google account. So I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. All right, welcome back. So in this lecture, we're going to talk about how to download Google Drive desktop application. Or in this case, it's called Get Backup. So you can see this little pop-up down here. We're going to click on that. And what it's going to do is it's going to take us to googledrive.com/drive/download. So for personal, we can back up files from your computer, camera, or SD cards to the cloud. Find your files on any device or computer using Google Drive and see your photos in Google Photos. So let's click on download. I'm going to agree and download. Okay, so it's going to download the install file here. So I'm going to click on that. On Windows, it's going to pop up a message. Do you want to allow this app to make changes to your device? Yes, I do. Okay, once that's done, okay, so it's downloaded. Now it's going to install. We'll give it a second here. Okay, there we go. Installation complete. So I'm going to hit close. Now, what you're gonna see here in the bottom right-hand corner is the backup and sync from Google. You're not signed in. So in the next video, that's what we're going to cover. I'll see you there. All right, welcome back. So in this video, we're going to set up Google Drive desktop app. So I'm going to minimize this for a second. And let's go to Welcome to Backup and Sync. So if you don't see this menu, that's fine. You're going to see it down here. You're going to see like a little cloud with an upload button. So let's click on that, right click on that, and then click on Sign In. And we're going to click on Get Started. So I'm going to do Warner Josh 6. I'm going to type in my password. Okay. And for right now, we're going to stay signed in. So I'm going to sign in. Okay. And then what we're going to do is choose folders from your computer to continuously back up to Google Drive. Got it. So what we're going to do is right now they want to select my documents, which has got 35 gigs. We don't want to do that because that will take us a long time to copy. So we're going to choose a folder. So we're going to go to the desktop and we're going to make a folder. So right click and do new folder, and we'll do this test. Okay. I'm going to select that folder. And what we're going to do is hit next. Sync files from my drive to folder on this computer. Got it. I'm going to hit start. So sync my drive to this computer. So I'm going to change that. We're going to go to desktop and select test. Okay, that's fine. So we're going to leave that as is and we're going to hit start. Okay, so you're going to notice that when I so it just kind of makes me open up random stuff. All right, so if I right click on inside of the Google Drive folder here, I'm going to close that for a second. Not now. And let's close this too. So if I go into test and I go new folder, right? And let's do that in here as well. Okay. Now when I come back here and I refresh, I get test and new folder because it's syncing up to that. Now, Okay, so that's set up. So I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. All right, welcome back to section 3. And in this section, we're going to talk about Google Drive web app main menu. So let's go to Google Chrome for my example, and let's go to Google Drive. And we're going to talk about, in this section, we're going to cover these items right here, okay? So the first item that we're going to talk about is My Drive. So My Drive will show you all your folders and files that you have inside of Google Drive. If you click on this little arrow here, okay, it's going to show your file directory or file tree, and it will show you what's inside of there if there's anything in there. So when I click on new folder, there's nothing in there, okay? Files, they have a getting started file right here, okay? And you can change the view. So if I click here, you can go to a list view instead of the grid view. So those are your two options for views. And the more documents and files that you have in here, the more that it's going to show up. This will show you only folders when you click here on the side here, because you notice when I go to the main view here, okay, now I have a new folder and getting started. So that's what My Drive is, and that's the easiest way to explain it. Now, if you wanted to add files to Google Drive, you could literally you could go to My Drive, select the folder you want, and then drag a file in there, and it will upload it. And so let me show you that real quick. So I'm going to double click on Google Chrome here, and we're going to grab my test folder. We're going to drag it up here, okay, and then I'm going to enlarge this. The upload has been completed. Okay, so now when I go to My Drive, you can see when I double click it, I got test, and then I got new folder. So I got a lot of new folder, test, new folder. But you see what it does here. It builds out that tree. So this is the main branch, and then these are sub branches. Okay, so that's My Drive. So thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. All right, welcome back. So in this video, we're going to talk about the computers menu inside of Google Drive. So if I click on computers, okay, it's going to open up, it's going to have a folders view here of my computer. And so this is synced up to my computer. And so anything that you have on your computer, when we set up, remember we set up Google Backup here. And when we did that, the main folder for this was on my desktop, and it was called test. So anything inside a test, so if I right click here and I do new, and let's just do a text file, right? And I refresh, okay? It should sync it up, but it's not syncing it up until then. So it takes a second. Now, if I go back here and I right click and I do a new document, and let's do another text file, right? Okay. I hit Control R to refresh and then do it one more time. Now I have two text documents and a folder. And so you can see in my Explorer here on the desktop, inside the test folder, I created a new folder, a new text document too, and then a new text document. And so anything that you have on your computer in that folder will show up on Google Drive. The other way you can do it is just go to Google Drive, and it's going to do the same thing. Okay? So there you go. So that's the computer's option in Google Drive. It basically will show you what folders you have on your computer and what files are there. Okay? So thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. All right, welcome back. So in this video, we're going to talk about the Shared With Me menu over here. So the Shared With Me menu is files and folders others have shared with you. Say goodbye to email attachments and hello to real-time collaboration. Drag anything shared with you to My Drive for easy access. So I literally can share a file with this account because I have another Gmail account, and it would show up here. So that's what I'm going to do right now. So I'm going to go into my other account on this other screen here. So give me 1 second, and I will share a document with you from my 4jmedia Gmail account. So let's do that real quick. So let's do this, and let's do all right. So I'm going to do WarnerJosh6@Gmail. Check this out. Okay, I'm going to send it. Okay, so I just sent myself a document. It's a blank Google Doc, but you can see right after I send it, I can open it up. And it's going to say last edit was made seconds ago by Josh Warner. So this is my other account. So 4jmedia@gmail is my other email that I'm using. And so when I go on the other account and I type in my name, this is really cool. Okay. Then when I come here and I edit this, yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. It is cool. So not only can I edit it from the other screen here, you can see I'm going to work down here. Fantastic. Okay. So you can literally collaborate together in real time. And that's what I'm doing right now with myself. I'm collaborating on 2 different screens. So this right here is my other account is in pink. And then I think mine is in pink too. Yeah, they're both in pink right now, which is fine. But the whole idea is just so that you can see, and we can also chat. So we can say, hey, how's it going? What are you working on today? Okay. Then I'll get a pop-up, and then I can respond back. Oh, there we go. I'm going to write the doc. So you can not only collaborate with one another, but you can communicate by chat and then work through whatever project you're working through. So it's a really cool way to collaborate with people and work with people on different things. And you can see when somebody edited it last and all that. You can see right here the share date, 4:45 a.m. and the date. Okay, it doesn't show the date, but it was shared with me. So shared by Josh Warner, and I think it will show you the, so if I select that, I can grab a shareable link, share untitled doc, preview, I can remove it, add it to my drive. You can open with Google Docs, rename it, make a copy, report abuse, download. Okay, so it gives you a lot of options to work with. Once the document is shared with you, then you can do a lot more with it. Okay, so thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. All right, welcome back. So in this video, we're going to talk about the recent menu. So let's go to recent. Let me try that again. All right, welcome back. So in this video, we're going to talk about the recent menu. So let's click on recent, and you're going to see today our recent activity. So we created a untitled doc that was shared to us by my other account, 4jmedia@gmail. We created or uploaded a new text document too, and a new text document. And then getting started was already there when we opened up Google Drive. So that's essentially what recent is. It just shows you your recent activity, and you can show it in grid or in list view. So here's your grid view. If you like the list, then it's in list view right here. Okay. So that is the recent menu. So thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. All right, welcome back. So in this video, we're going to talk about the starred menu. So we have no starred files or folders. Add stars to things that you want to easily find later. So let's say that you wanted to be able to find the new folder, right? So I can right click, add to starred, okay? Let's say that I want to star the getting started PDF file. So if I right click and add to starred, then when I go to starred, both of those are here. So I have a document and then I have a folder that's starred as well. Okay. And then, so it's a lot easier to find stuff when you star it, because if you don't, then you got to go through here. Now, granted, we only have 2 files, but if you had, 100 files that you were, sifting through, it'd be a lot different. So that's why this is a valuable feature that they have. And again, you can view it in list or in grid, and you can view details. So if I go to this, I can view the details on getting started. It'll tell me the type, the size, the storage used, location, owner, when it was created. Same with new folder, okay? Location, my drive, owner is me, modified, open, and created. And you can add a description here, and you can see the activity of basically the history of the file, or folder in this example. Okay, so that is the starred menu. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. All right, welcome back. So in this video, we're going to talk about the trash menu. So let's go to trash. No files or folders are in trash. Move files you don't need anymore to the trash. Click empty trash from the trash menu to permanently delete items and free up storage space. So you can see right here, right now we have 0 bits of 15 gigs used. But if we were overloading our drive, and let's say that we wanted to go wild here, and we wanted to select the new folder, right? Actually, let's delete the untitled document. So I'm going to right click on that, and we're going to remove. Okay. Now I'll go to the trash. I'm going to refresh this. Really? Okay, I know what I did. I removed a document that I shared, so that's not going to work. So let me right click on the document that we started with, and let's remove it, and let's remove the new folder as well. Now let's go to the trash, and we can, if you drag over the folder and the file, then we can empty or delete forever right here. So delete forever. Now remember, if you delete it, you can't undo that. So now we've deleted a folder and a file and then added it to the trash and then permanently deleted it. So that's how you use the trash menu. All right, so thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. All right, welcome back. So in this video, we're going to talk about the backups menu. So if I go to backups, it says no backups, and the idea behind it is backups of device and app data are shown here. So if you were to sync your Google account with your mobile device, then your backups would show here, okay? So thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. All right, welcome back. So in this video, we're going to talk about the storage menu. Now we covered this before, but I'm just going to refresh your memory real quick. So if I click on upgrade storage, it's going to take you to Google One, and Google One is for more storage. So get more space and extra benefits. So currently we have the free plan, which is 15 gigs of storage. If you go with the 100 gig plan, it's $2 a month or $20 a year. It includes 100 gigs of storage, access to Google Experts, option to add your family, extra member benefits, okay? You can do the 200 gig plan for $3 a month or $30 a year. Get 3% back in store credit on Google Store purchases. That's a bonus that you get when you sign up for that. 2 terabytes is $10 a month or $99 a year. That's actually a very good deal. Get 10% back in store credit. You have 2 gigs of storage, 2 terabytes. That's way more than 2 gigs. Access to Google Experts, option to add your family, 10% back on Google in the Google Store. Okay, same with the 10 terabyte and the 20 terabyte. You get 10% back. It's $99 a month for the 10 terabyte and $200 a month for the 20 terabyte. Okay, for the 30 terabyte, it's $300 a month. Okay, and then you get 10% back in the Google Store. So if you have a lot of files, like video files, let's say you're doing like 4K videos, the 10 terabyte, 20 terabyte, or 30 terabyte are a good option for that. If it's just documents and photos, you can get away with, 100 or 200 gigs. If you have photos and videos, I would do the 2 terabyte, to start with. But that's the storage menu. Okay, so thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. All right, welcome back to section 4. In this section, we're going to talk about the Google Drive web app new menu. Okay, so let's click on new, and we're going to talk about new folder. So let's click on folder. So we're going to label this. So I'm going to do 01 test folder. Okay, I'm going to create that folder. We're going to go to my drive where it'll show up, and then we're going to go to list view. All right, now let's do new and then folder again, and we're going to do 02 test folder. Okay, and then let's make one more. Okay, so we'll do 03 test folder. I'll hit create. So there you go. Now that's how you use the new folder feature. So before we go to the next video, let me show you one more quick little thing here. Okay, let's go to Google Drive here. So there you go. You can see test folder 01, 02, 03. Okay. So that's how you'd make a folder on the web application. You just do new folder and then do 04 test folder. Now, if you don't number this, okay, let's say that you're like, well, I don't want to number it. Okay, you can literally drag your mouse up to delete all these too. And if I go to the trash and I just empty it, okay, let's just say that you don't like my style. You're like, no, I don't want to do that. All right, then you go to new, you just do folder, and we call this test folder. Okay, and then we can call it test folder 2. The reason why I number is that way the stuff that I want to be at the top will be at the top. Otherwise, it alphabetizes it. So you can do reverse sort direction. So we can put test folder 2 on top, or we can just do test folder. See, if I called this A folder, right? That's going to be on top because it's alphabetical. So anything with A is going to be on top, and then everything else will be below it. Unless you reverse it, then test folder 2 will be on the top, which is just backwards, just saying. And then you can also do it this way where you get the grid view. And so the more folders you add here, so let's do test folder 3, test folder 4. Okay, and let's do another one, test folder 5. Okay, test folder 6. That's where it breaks. So you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 folders on each row. So you'd have another 5 you could add here, or you can just do the list, and then it, you run out of space quite quickly. So if you have a lot of stuff, I'd use the grid. But if you just have like 10 to 15 folders here, list is fine. You can scroll. It's totally up to you. So I just want to show you the options. So thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. All right, welcome back. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to add Google Sites inside of Google Drive. So let's click on New and click on More, and then we're going to go to Google Sites. And once that loads, shortly here, we can rename our untitled site to Google Site number 1. Okay, I'm going to close that, and then we can do that again. So we'll do New, More, Google Sites, and we'll name this Google Site number 2. Okay, we'll save that. Let's skip the tour. Cancel because it hasn't been saved. I don't know why. Okay, all changes saved in the drive. All right, we're good. You always want to make sure you see this before you close it because it may get lost otherwise. If I refresh the page, we have Google Form. Why is that showing up? That's interesting. Okay. Google site number 2. I'll click on it just so that these are the most recent ones. So if I close those out and then refresh, okay, well, it shows it here. I don't know why that's showing up. I didn't open that up, so it's weird. Let's click on Google Drive here. So you can see Google site number 1, Google site number 2. All right, so that's how you add a Google site, Google Sites with Google Drive. All right, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. All right, welcome back. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to add a Google Jamboard inside of Google Drive. All right, so let's go to New. We're going to click on More, and then we'll click on Google Jamboard. All right, so we'll rename this Google Jamboard number 1. Okay, we'll close that. And then we'll go back to New, More, Google Jamboard, and we'll call this Google Jamboard number 2. Now, the cool thing about Google Jamboard, I'll just talk briefly about this is technically like a whiteboard, okay? And you can interact with it with a pen and draw around and do whatever, and then you can add another frame, which is really awesome. I love whiteboards. So Google sells a touchscreen monitor or TV. I think it's 50 inches. And so you can buy the monitor, buy the TV, and then you can do the jam right on a touchscreen. So it's pretty cool. Like it's an expensive TV, but if you have the budget for it, check it out for sure. All right. So let me go back here and I'm going to refresh the page here. And now you can see Google Jamboard number 2, Google Jamboard number 1. So we have both of those here. If I minimize this, I go to the desktop and click on Google Drive, then we should have the Jamboards here, which we do. Okay, so the Google Jam 1, Google Jam 2. So that's how you add a Google Jamboard to Google Drive. All right, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. All right, welcome back. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to connect more apps using Google Drive. All right, so let's go to New. We're going to click on More and then Connect More Apps. Okay, so they have a whole variety here of apps that you can link up with, connect with Google Drive. So I'll give you a couple examples. You have a zip extractor, edit, send, and sign PDFs, Cami, photo editing, so PicMonkey, record videos with Google Drive, Lumen PDF, music player, online video editor, Pear Deck, Snap and Read PDF reader, Lucid Chart for education, Overdrive. So build a site automatically from Google Drive folders, files, and lots more. Pixel Express, Cloud QR code, barcode scanner, Drive Notepad, Pixel Editor, Funky Photo Editor, and then Google Forms. Okay. Now, there are a whole lot more here. I'll just point out a couple random ones that I see. ClassFlow, create and deliver interactive ClassFlow lessons directly from your Google Drive. That's cool. SketchUp for schools. SketchUp in a browser for primary and secondary schools signed up with G Suite for education. Very cool. Okay. Writer, Zoho Writer, easily online word processor. Okay. ZipBook accounting software that makes you even smarter. I didn't know that. Floor Planner, the easiest way to create floor plans. Cool. Powtoon is a world-leading video and presentation creation platform. Okay. Video player with playlist and gallery. Watch local video files on your PC or Chromecast device. Okay. Audio box, your media collection in the cloud, store, stream, and manage your media collection anytime from anywhere. Okay, so you get the idea. There's a lot of applications here that you can connect with Google Drive, and that's the really cool thing about it is they always give you the ability to connect with a lot of apps. Google's very good about that, and I'm not going to cover all these because there's so many of them that if I did, we'll be here for 3 hours because I'll be scrolling and scrolling. You see how it just keeps adding more stuff. So watermark for Drive, you can create watermark PDFs from files in Google Drive using the right-click option. Optionally, password protect your file. Okay, G Suite tips, internet speed test, Cinema Vision fountain editor. Very cool. So you can do like a screenplay editor using fountain format. That's something I actually am interested in. So that's kind of cool. So there you go. That's how you connect apps to Google Drive. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. All right, welcome back. So in this video, we're going to talk about the new file upload option under the new menu. So if I go to new and we do file upload, what that's going to do is it's going to take me to my Windows Explorer here. And if I go to desktop, I can go inside of my test folder here and I'm going to add these two documents. Remember, you can always drag and drop documents in, or you can highlight it like this, like dragging your mouse and then clicking up and highlighting the two documents. Now, since we did new file upload, the only thing it's going to let you grab, well, should, is just the files. I'm going to try it with the folder and see if that works. So you see here, the new text document was updated. A new text document 2 was updated, but it did not bring the folder over because we specifically said upload the file upload. Okay, so that's how you add a new file with the new menu. Now, the other way you can do it is you can just shrink down the folder size here and then open up the folder that you want to use. And then you could just right click and let's just create a new file here. Okay. And then you can just drag it over. That's the other way to do it. And then it'll show up right there. Okay. So that is the new file upload menu. So thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. All right, welcome back. So in this video, we're going to talk about the new menu where you can upload a folder. So folder upload. So if I click on that and I go to the desktop and I right click and I make a new folder here, sample folder. Okay. I can hit upload. Upload 0 files to the site. Yes. Only do this if you trust the site. So it thinks that it's a dangerous file because there's nothing in there. However, we just created it, so it's all right. So I'm going to hit upload. And then I'm going to refresh this to see if it is cooperating with me. Nope. Okay. So we're going to do new and we'll do folder upload again. Go to desktop, click on sample upload, hit upload. Google doesn't want to cooperate with me. That's fine. Let's go to the desktop and I'm going to right click and do new text document. I'll open it up. This is some text. So we can use this with Google Drive. Okay, I'll save it, close it. There we go. Now I should be able to show you the example live and it should work. All right, so I'm going to select sample folder, hit upload. There we go. So and it uploads instantly because there's not a lot of stuff in there. So there you go. That's how you upload a folder to Google Drive. And remember, you can always do this, where if I hit Control C, Control V, and I just drag it over. Okay. Now I dragged it into test folder too. But if I go, let's expand this out a little bit. And if I drag this over here, then it's going to show right there. So those are the two ways that you can do it. You can do new, folder upload, or you can just drag and drop. Okay. Or if you really want to get creative, open up the Google Drive link here. Let's make another copy of this, right? So it should be copy, copy. Drag that in. And then when I go to the web application and refresh the page here, then I have sample folder copy, copy. Okay. So there's a couple different ways you can do it. You can drag and drop into the web application. You can do new, folder upload, or you can just do it right from the Google Drive folder right here on your desktop and then just drag it in here. That's the preferred method, I think, because this is working inside of your Explorer, which you're using all the time, and it just makes it easier to access files and do things efficiently, you know. All right, so the option is totally up to you. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next. All right, welcome back. So in this video, we're going to talk about how to create a new Google Doc. All right, so let's click on New, and we're going to do Google Docs. Okay, so what that's going to do is it's going to open up another window or another tab, and it will give you the ability to create a Google Doc. So we're going to call this Google Doc number 1. And then if you just hit enter, you're going to see it's going to say saving, all changes saved in Drive. Okay, so let's close this for a second. And let's go to my Drive and let's go to the grid view. Because now you can see we're starting to get our Google Drive filled up here. So right here is the Google Doc number 1. Okay, so if I wanted to make another Google Doc, whoop, I don't want to do that. If I do new and then do Google Doc, okay, I can call this Google Doc number 2. Okay, saving, all changes saved in Drive. So if I click on that, it's going to show me the version history. Okay, so the current version was created on November 26th at 5:14 a.m. Okay, that's the current time I'm in right now. So if I close that, now we have Google Doc number 1, Google Doc number 2. Okay, so if I minimize this and we go to Google Drive on our desktop, we can see both of these documents. So when I do that, what it's going to do is it's going to open it in the browser. Yeah, it just opened it up in my other browser here. But when you click on that, it's going to take you into Google Chrome. So with these, I don't recommend opening them from the desktop. Actually go into that web app itself and open them here, because Google Docs is run on the cloud or on the website. So you're not going to be able to view it offline, so to speak, with this interface. So that is how you add a Google Doc in Google Drive. All right, so thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Hello everyone and welcome back. In this video, I'm going to show you how to set up Google Sheets in Google Drive. All right, so let's go to Google Drive. I'm going to click on New, and we're going to go down to Google Sheets. Okay, so we can click on the little arrow here, and we can do a blank spreadsheet or from a template. I'm just going to do a blank spreadsheet just so you can see what it looks like. And then we're going to call this Google Sheets number 1. Okay. Hit saving, all changes saved in Drive. So I'm going to close that. Let's do it one more time so you get familiar. I'll click on that and we'll do Google Sheets number 2. Okay. All right, so we'll close that out. And let's refresh. Okay, so now you can see quick access is up here, and then all the files that we have are right here. So if I do a list, let me just show you this. You can see right away how now we got to scroll, to get to that. Now, it's quick access is here because what it's going to do is the latest files that you created are going to be at the top. So we uploaded, a new text document, Google Doc 2, Google Doc 1, Google Sheets 1, Google Sheets 2. So the more stuff that you add, the more it's going to pop up here. All right. And then if I go to the desktop and I go to Google Drive, it's going to show up here as well. So you can see it there. So that's how you add Google Sheets in Google Drive. All right. So thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next. All right. Welcome back. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to add Google Slides in Google Drive. All right. So let's go to Google Drive, click on New. We're going to click on Google Slides. Now, if you click on the little arrow here, you can do blank presentation or from a template. Let's do from a template. Let's try that out. Nice. So you can do blank. You can do your big idea, made to stick, photo album, wedding, portfolio, lookbook. Okay, so that's personal templates. You can do recipe book, portfolio, lookbook, party invite, work, so we can do prototype and presentation, consulting proposal, status report, etc. Let's do, for fun, let's do prototype and presentation. There we go. So just double click on that and we can save it here. So we'll call this Google Slides number 1. Okay. Now, if I want to present, we can start presenting with Control F5. Okay. And then you can go through them with your arrow here. Now, they do give you a menu here, which you can turn on and off, I believe. Yep. And the way to escape out of this is just hit escape, and that will let you work there. Now let me see if it will let you. Okay, here's presenter view. Okay, so if you have dual monitors, then you can put this over in your other screen, which in the AV world, they call it a confidence monitor. So this is where you would put for the confidence monitor, so that the presenter would be able to see what they're doing. So, all right, let me go back. Yes, I used to work in the AV business and worked with slideshows all the time. So, bringing back the memories for me. All right, so I'll close that one. Let's do new, and then we're going to do Google Slides. And this time we'll just do a blank. So we'll call this Google Slides number 2. Okay, we'll save that. So it's saving. All changes saved in Drive. So if I close that, we have Google Slides, really? Wow. All right, I'm going to right click and we're going to rename that. Not Slides, that's a new one for me, but Slides. Okay, we'll hit OK. And then if I refresh, there we go. Then we get our quick access. So again, the quick access is only going to show 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So your last 6 created documents, it's going to show here. So that gives you quick access to the ones that you were currently working on. Otherwise, you can see our little library here is growing quite a bit. So you have to scroll, or you can put it in grid view, and then you still have to scroll a little bit, but it's not bad, And then if I minimize this and go to Google Drive on the desktop, you can see it here too. So there you go. That's how you use Google Drive and Google Slides together. So thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Welcome back. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to add Google Forms in Google Drive. All right, so let's click on New. We're going to go down to More, and I'll click on Google Forms. So we can click on the little arrow here. We can do a blank form or from a template. So the first one we're going to do is from a blank form. So we'll call this Google, no thanks. Let's do Google Form number 1. Okay. So we'll save that. All changes saved in Drive. So you can add questions here, and then the responses will be here. All right, so I'm going to close that for a second. Let's refresh this just so we can see it in quick access. There it is. And then we're going to do new again, and we'll click on more Google Forms, and this time we're going to do it from a template. So from template, we can do contact information, RSVP, t-shirt sign up, event registration, event feedback, order form, etc. Time off request, work request, customer feedback, exit ticket, course evaluation, blank quiz, worksheet, and so much more. So for this example, we'll do the contact information. Okay. Okay, got it. And we'll call this Google Form number 2. Okay. Then you would fill this out, and then you can edit the responses as well. Google Forms is a great application that they have with Google Drive. So if I go back to Google Drive here and refresh, you'll see we have Google Form number 2, Google Form number 1. And then if I minimize this and we go to the Google Drive folder on the desktop and I refresh this, let's see. Okay, that one's not going to show up here because it is directly connected to the cloud only. And there's no way to visually see it, I guess, on the desktop. Let me just see if that's synced up. Yep, okay, so that doesn't show up. That's a good thing to know. So you'll only see the Google Forms inside of Google Drive because it's a web-based application. They're all web-based, but the other applications you can see offline when it syncs up. So backup and sync from Google, updated 1 minute ago, so everything is updated as well. So that's how you add a Google Form on Google Drive. All right, so thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. All right, welcome back. So in this video, we're going to talk about Google Drawings in Google Drive. So let's go to Google Drive. We're going to click on New, More, and we're going to go to Google Drawings. Okay, so I'm going to label this Google Drawing number 1, and very cool. All right, so I'm going to close that, and then we'll do New, More, Google Drawings, and then we'll call this Google Drawings number 2. Okay, all changes saved in Drive. I'm going to close that. We're going to right click. Actually, we're just going to hit the reload this page. And there you go. So it'll show Google Drawings number 2, Google Drawing number 1. It'll show it up down here. And let's see if it shows up in Google Drive. Yep, it does on the desktop. So the only one that doesn't so far is Google Forms, which is fine. So that's how you add Google Drawings with Google Drive. All right, so thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. All right, welcome back. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to add Google My Maps in Google Drive. So let's click on New. We're going to click on More and go to Google My Maps. Okay, so this is an untitled map, and we can name this Google My Maps. Well, let's just call it My Maps number 1. Okay, so I'm going to close that. Let's refresh the page. There you go. So My Maps number 1 is right there. So if I do New and we go to More and I go to Google My Maps, we can label this My Map number 2. Let's see here. There we go. Just click on the title itself. My Maps number 2. We'll hit save. And there you go. So that's how you add Google My Maps to Google Drive. Now if I refresh this, it shows it up here. I'm going to delete this one. Let's see here. Okay, there we go. So it refreshed itself. I'm going to minimize that. Let's go to the Google Drive on the desktop, and you can see it right here. So my map's number 1, my map's number 2. And we can rename this. If I right click and just rename, we'll call it my map number 2. Okay, and then we can rename this one my map number 1. Okay, so there you go. And now it's in quick access. So that's how you add Google My Maps to Google Drive. All right, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. All right, welcome back. So in this video, we're going to talk about the other apps menu. So if you go over here on the right-hand side of Google Drive, you're going to see these icons over here. So we have, and in this video, we're going to talk about Google Calendar. So let's click on that one. So what this is going to do is it's going to welcome you to Calendar, a simplified calendar next to your favorite G Suite apps. Reservations for flights, restaurants, and more are automatically added from your Gmail inbox. You can change this in settings. Okay, got it. All right, so you can see here that it's got, let's see, the date today is the 26th. Still nice. Thanksgiving is the 28th. Black Friday is the 29th. Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, etc. Okay, so it's going to show you the schedule. So we can go by day. We can select calendars. So I haven't set anything up with this account. We can also open in a new tab. So it'll take you right to Google Calendar, which is really cool because then you can see what you have in your calendar, right? So I'm going to close that. So this is essentially just a quick view of your calendar. So let's say that you're working inside of Google Drive and you want to see what's on the calendar. You can do it right here, and you can click anywhere in here and add an event. So you just select, between 4 a.m. and 5 a.m. or between 8 a.m. and 9 a.m., right? And then you can write your description, do all that, and then save it. So, and then you can go to the next day. So you can, go to the next day and say, well, what am I doing on Saturday? Or, of course, I may want it to be this Saturday instead of, a week ago or 2 weeks ago. So this is today. So right now it's 5:51. So it's showing you in real time what it is. And then you can go, Black Friday, Thanksgiving, and then Saturday the day after, and then December 1st is on a Sunday, etc. So you can basically schedule out your day, week, whatever you want right here. And it will show you the schedule view, or you can do a day view. So if I open this again out in Google Calendar and we go to, I think, schedule view, let's see what that looks like again. Yeah, okay. So schedule view is going to give you all of your upcoming events. So in this case, it's just Thanksgiving, Black Friday, Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, etc. And that's just defaulted by Google. Google puts all those in by default. So if I click on today, we don't have anything there, but this is the view. So if I go to day, then I have the same day as in there. All right. So that's how you work with Google Calendar inside of Google Drive. Pretty slick. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. All right, welcome back. So in this video, we're going to talk about how to use Google Keep inside of Google Drive. So if I go and I close out Google Calendar and I go right below that, there's a little light bulb icon here. If we click on that, we can take a note, and we don't have any notes yet. So your notes from Google Keep will show up here. So Android devices, iPhone and iPad, web app, Chrome extension. Okay, and if I click on open a new tab, it's going to open up Google Keep into the full web application, which is really cool. But we want to use it inside of Google Drive. So I'm going to close this, and if I click here, we can do a new list, okay, or I can add a note. So this is a note, okay. I can add another one, buy milk, okay, go to sleep. That's a note, I'm just saying. I'm not going to go to sleep at 5:45 in the morning, I'm just saying. So that's how you work with Google Keep inside of Google Drive. You can write as many notes as you want. So this is a list item. So list item number 1, list item number 2, list item, item number 3. I'll hit done, and there's our list item. So if you click here, you can create a new list. If you click here, take a note. Okay, so that's how you can do it, and you can archive it, delete it, or open it and keep. So I'm going to delete it. Same with this one. Same with that one. And this one. Now if I go over to the trash, I don't know why it's not there. Thank you, Google. I don't know why you do that to me, but I'm going to open in the new tab here. I'm going to go to the trash here, and that's where it's saved. So it doesn't even go to the trash in Google Drive. It actually goes to the trash in Google Keep. That way, if you need to recover it, then I can restore it. So you can click on the little check marks, and you can empty the trash. Notes and trash are deleted after 7 days. So if I delete it now, it's permanently deleted. Okay. So there you go. That's how you work. And I'm going to delete this one too. Delete forever, yes. So that's how you work with Google Keep inside of Google Drive. All right. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Hello, everyone, and welcome back. In this video, we're going to talk about how to use Google Tasks inside of Google Drive. I'm super excited and hope you are too. So let's jump into Google Drive. Click on Tasks. And welcome to Tasks. Keep track of important things you need to get done in one place. So I'm going to click on Get Started. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on Add a Task. So we'll call this Task Number 1, Task Number 2, Task Number 3. Okay. We can sort by my order, date, rename list, keyboard shortcuts, copy reminders to tasks. So the keyboard shortcuts is an interesting feature here. The actions here, you can enter details, view with Shift Enter, mark complete, incomplete with space, enter inline edit mode with Enter, delete, backspace, move task up and down, Alt up, down, indent, unindent, inline edit actions, so you can exit edit mode, add a task, add a subtask, details view, etc. Okay, so there we go. We have to go back. That's why it's not working. All right, there we go. So I can delete this one. All right, so I have 3 tasks here. So if I click Enter, or just click on the check mark, then it'll disappear. Nicely done. You finish all your tasks. Take a second to recharge. There you go. So once that disappears, now it'll show you. So if I go down here to completed, I can see the tasks that I've completed. So task 1, which we can delete, task 2, actually task 3, task 2, and then task 1. All right. So that's how you use My Tasks or Google Tasks inside of Google Drive. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Congratulations on finishing Learn Google Drive. In this video, we're going to go over the course summary and what we learned throughout the course. So in section 2, we covered Google account setup. So I showed you how to set up a Google account. We talked about how to download and install the Google Drive app. We also talked about how to set up the Google Drive app. In section 3, we covered the Google Drive menu. So we talked about My Drive, computers, shared with me, recent, starred, trash, backups, and storage. In section 4, we covered the Google Drive new menu. We talked about folder, file upload, folder upload. We talked about how to use Google Docs, Google Sheets, Google Slides, Google Forms, Google Drawings, Google My Maps, Google Sites. We also talked about how to use Google Jamboard and how to integrate more apps and connect them with Google Drive. In section 5, we talked about the other apps menu and how to integrate and work with Google Calendar, Google Keep, and Google Tasks. And in section 6, where we currently are, we're talking about the course summary and what we learned. So on behalf of LearnTech Plus and myself, thank you so much for joining me in this course. I hope to see you in another course down the road. But until then, if you have any questions or concerns, please feel free to reach out to me, and I'll be happy to answer any questions that you have. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.